He wrote a bombshell book telling of his life inside the Clinton White House. But now our next guest, a former uniformed Secret Service agent, is coming under fire for doing so.
And now he's filing a lawsuit suggesting collusion between the Clinton campaign and those who have criticized him.
Former Secret Service officer and the author of the book Crisis of Character. We have had him on the show to talk about that book. His name is Gary Byrne, and he joins us again. Hey, Gary, good to see you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. So why the lawsuit?
Well, I wrote my book to get the truth out about the Clintons and my experiences. And many people in the Secret Service have written books about their careers, but they're usually agents. And when somebody in the uniform division comes out and writes a book and it turns out to be successful, David Brock referred to me as a smear merchant. I'm not a politician. I'm not part of the Washington, D.C. Elite who's used to being smeared or smears other people. I'm a career government employee. I'm a veteran of the Air Force, 25 years in federal law enforcement. I'm a good, honest, decent person. I told my story. It's true. David Brock and other media outlets have smeared me, called me a liar. The Retired Secret Service Agents Association came out and said I could have never saw what I saw. Well, that's incredibly inaccurate, because somebody from the Secret Service would probably know that I was subpoenaed 6 times and then eventually ordered to testify by the Supreme Court Justice Rehnquist. So, and I stand by everything in my book, and I'm defending it, and I'm trying to restore my reputation and the book's reputation.
When you say David Brock is the guy who runs that Media Matters website. It's
correct.
It's a lefty blog. I think it's funded in part by George Soros.
Yes, it is.
Things like that. It has been trying to bail out the Clintons for years and years and years. So it's interesting. They suggest that you didn't have access to the Clintons, and we just put up a whole bunch of pictures where you're standing right next to them.
Yes, that's exactly right. And in some cases, I would say, I don't know David Brock, but I would say he was spilling out anything he could to make me look bad, to try to. Here's the thing. Everybody knows that Hillary Clinton can't run on her record. So anybody that comes out and says anything truthful about him, they have to hammer him. And it's just, I realize it's part of the process, but I'm not part of that system, and I want to try to restore my reputation and my good word in the book.
Well, so you got hammered, but you also got ignored. I mean, if one of Trump's security detail wrote a book about covering Trump, I think that would be on Good Morning America every day for a week. Most media outlets just acted like your book never came out. So for our viewers who aren't familiar with the book, tell us what they would learn if they read it.
So you're looking at the first employee in the history of the Secret Service who ever had to be compelled to testify against a sitting president in a criminal law case. I was subpoenaed 6 times in the Monica Lewinsky case. And you're right, Tucker. If this book, if what I saw was about a Republican, they'd be carving my face in the side of Mount Rushmore. But because it's about a liberal, the mainstream media comes out, they either ignore me or they rip me apart. Now, every mainstream media TV show had somebody on there to tear me apart and call me a liar, but they wouldn't give me the 10 minutes like you kind people did to explain myself and to tell the truth.
Well, Gary, what is the truth about Hillary Clinton? We're very close to the family, clearly. What do the voters need to know about her?
What they need to know is that she's cold, she's distant, she's angry. The real Hillary Clinton is the woman you saw during the Benghazi hearings that yelled, what difference does it make at this point? The real Hillary Clinton is the person who refused to pick up the phone and let a handful of men and women fight for 13 hours with a couple $100,000 worth of small arms, when there were hundreds of millions of dollars of equipment and men and women around ready to rescue them, and she didn't make the call. That's the real Hillary Clinton. It's the real Hillary Clinton that defended her husband's affairs and the alleged assaults and slut-shamed those women. That's the real Hillary Clinton.
And, of course, in the WikiLeaks dumps, we've learned over something like 30,000 different emails that apparently there are a number of FBI agents who felt like she's the last person they wanted to work for as well. And one thing about Gary's book, Crisis of Character, we've heard rumors about it for years, but it does start with a story about a vase in the private residence. Somehow, after there was a melee of sorts up there, wound up broken, and it seems like somebody probably threw that at the former president, right, Gary?
Yeah, so here's the facts. There was a bad argument. It was so loud it was echoing through the mansion. At one point there was a crashing sound. When it was investigated, there was a broken vase found. I saw the broken vase the next morning in the curator's office. Later on, when President Clinton came over to the Oval Office, he clearly had a black mark under his eye and was trying to conceal it with makeup. So I don't know how he got the black eye. I don't know how the vase got broken, but those are the facts. Black eye, bad argument, broken vase.
Okay, you connect the dots.
It's quite a portrait of someone who claims to love humanity but doesn't like people very much. That's what it looks like to me.
No, she does not.
All right, the book is called Crisis of Character. Gary, thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being with you.
Thanks.